Why it is vital to spare the rod. Laila Konkar, the Statesman newspaper. Corporal punishment is defined as any punishment in which physical force is used with the intent to cause some degree of pain or discomfort, however light. Degrading the degrading and humiliating punishment also falls under this definition. Corporal punishment violates not just children's right to freedom from all violence but also their rights to health, development and education. In November 2021, the World Health Organization WHO published Corporal Punishment and Health, where it called for the health of this practice around the world. The WHO fact sheet highlighted that a large body of research had established links between corporal punishment and a wide range of negative outcomes, both immediate and long term. Some of those are direct physical harm, sometimes resulting in severe damage, long term disability or death, mental ill health, including behavioral and anxiety disorder, depressions, hopelessness, low self esteem, self harm, and suicide attempts, alcohol and drug dependency, hostility, and emotional instability, which continues into adulthood. Impaired cognitive and socio-economical development, damage to education, including school dropouts and lower academic and occupational success, increased antisocial behavior, increased aggression in children, adult perpetration of violence, antisocial and criminal behavior, indirect physical harm, including developing cancer, alcohol related problems, migraine, cardiovascular disease, arthritis, and obesity that continue into adulthood, and damaged family relationship are also some of the outcomes according to WHO. Even though we know that corporal punishment is so harmful for children, it remains in practice around the world. Only 63 countries have enacted laws banning corporal punishment for children in all settings: homes, schools, workplaces, institutions, alternative care arrangements, etc. A whopping 87% of the world's children are not protected from corporal punishment by law. This includes Bangladeshi children too. January 13 marks the 11th anniversary of the High Court banning corporal punishment in educational settings, including schools and madrasas in Bangladesh. The Ministry of Education also issued a circular and guidelines that prohibit corporal punishment in educational institutions. Yet, corporal punishment is still pervasive in schools and madrasas due to a weak monitoring and our general acceptance of this practice. Not just in educational settings, but children are subjected to corporal punishment at home, in institutions, and workplaces as well. According to the multiple indicator cluster survey 2019 carried out by Bangladesh Bureau of Statistics and UNICEF, 89% of children 1 to 14 years in Bangladesh experienced violent discipline in the past month of the survey. Meanwhile, 35% of parents or caregivers expressed that corporal punishment was necessary to discipline children. Corporal punishment makes children feel sad, afraid, ashamed, and guilty. When children are punished by parents, caregivers, and teachers, people whom they love and trust the most, they learn to accept violence in personal relationships too, and may become perpetrator or victims of violence later in adulthood. Despite popular belief, corporal punishment is ineffective as a technique to teach and discipline children. When faced with punishment, children may comply with the instructions given by their parents or teachers in the short term without understanding why something should be done or avoided. Instead of punishment, parents should give age appropriate guidance to their children with care and love, which will help the children in their learning and development. Teachers should apply positive discipline techniques to have their students listen to them. Corporal punishment is preventable through multisectoral approaches, which includes law reform, changing harmful norms around child rearing, and disciplining parents and caregivers support, etc. Research shows that law reform has led uh, to reduced acceptance of corporal punishment among parents and other members of society. This has been the case in Sweden, Finland, Germany, New Zealand, Poland, and Romania. Ending corporal punishment is a human rights imperative and essential if the world is to meet the Sustainable Development Goal (SDG) hashtag 16.2 to end all violence against children by 2030. Prohibition and elimination of corporal punishment is also a low cost effective public health measure, as this contributes to prevention of domestic violence and mental illness and supports education and development outcomes for children. The ban on corporal punishment should be implemented in the following ways. 1. All teachers, parents, community members, and students should be made aware that corporal punishment is banned in educational settings. 2. Teachers' code of conduct should clearly mention that they cannot use corporal punishment against students. Disciplinary actions should be taken against teachers who do so. 3. School inspection checklists should include compliance with corporal punishment ban. And 4. School management committees should discuss and deal with issues related to corporal punishment in their meetings. Thank you.